As you grow your company, I'm kind of building where you start small and you start going bigger, 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 and stuff like that. There's a point in time where you're going to have to need, directors and board members sitting on your team and stuff like that. Do you have any suggestions for what people should look for in board members or directors that come into their organizations?
Well, first is I think that the earlier a company does that, the better, especially in the common case I see where there's two of them, because they almost invariably, the founders will split it 50-50, and any attorney will tell you that's a formula for disaster. And so getting a board to the table right away kind of breaks up that stasis that's created when you have this 50-50 and everything has to be unanimous. What you look for in board members, you want a diversity. So there's no one thing you look for in all the members. You look for different things in different members. So, you definitely want people who confer credibility. You want people who bring experience, business experience. You want sometimes domain, technical experience. You want access to their network. Sometimes you're raising board members because you're raising money from them. What you do want, though, is you want a small board that works well together. You get a diversity of opinion, but once a decision's made, everybody stands by the decision 100%.
Well, now, when you said try to get a board as quick as possible, especially in a situation where there's more than one person, what would your take be as quick as possible? Because I know if I just started something and asked board members to jump on, might be a little too early. But just a rough estimate on something like that.
Well, that's back to this thing of it. I don't see the board as like this monolithic entity. It grows one member at a time.
Okay.
Generally, what will happen is you'll have two founders form a company, for example, and bring in a third person as a board member. Usually it's a personal relationship, but somebody who brings some stature and experience to the board. And then you grow it gradually over time. There's this kind of this quality curve you climb. When you're a startup, unless you're a repeat successful entrepreneur, you're not the most beautiful girl at the dance at time zero. And it's going to take a while to get the best guys to want to dance with you. So it pays to be a little bit patient, but you also want to be sure that you've got some access to good board talent at the beginning. So we generally see a board will start at 3. You kind of build it to 4 or 5. Usually by that time, investments coming in. I'm a big believer in get a good solid board in place before you bring investors in, so there's some backbone to the company. Otherwise, the investors are the backbone.
Yep.
And beyond that, you don't want a big board till you're a really big company, because then it's just unwieldy.